Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive right into the beautiful sounds of French. We'll be covering the absolute essentials, the real building blocks you need to start speaking and understanding this amazing language. So, are you ready? Let's get started. So, here's what we've got on tab. First, we're going to walk through the French alphabet. Then, we'll get you counting from 0 all the way to 20. After that, and this is the really fun part, I'm going to let you in on the secret to actually sounding French, and we'll wrap it all up with your very first practice drill to bring it all together. Okay, first up, the alphabet. Now, the best news is that the letters are exactly the same ones you already know. The difference? The sounds. They have their own kind of special French music, and we're going to start with the most important ones of all, the vowels. First, we have the letter A. In French, it makes this really nice open ah sound, kind of like when you're at the doctor's office and they tell you to open wide. Just listen really carefully. Ah. Go on, you try it. Ah. Perfect. All right, next up we have Now this one is a much softer sound. Think of the sound in English, but just a little bit gentler. Listen. Uh. It comes right from the front of your mouth. Let's give that one more try. The letter I is nice and easy. It's a bright, sharp sound, just like the E in the word see. And a little trick is to make a big smile when you say it. Listen closely. E. Again, with a big smile. E. Nice. And then there's O. This is a very round, clear sound, like you're a little bit surprised about something. It's just like the English O. Listen. O. Really make your lips into a little O shape. O. You got it. Okay, deep breath. Now for the letter U. This one is, well, it's famously tricky, so please don't worry if you don't get it on the first try. Here's how you do it. Make your lips into a tight circle like you're about to whistle, but then try to say the E sound. It comes out like this. U. It's a very tight sound. Let's try it. U. And to round out our vowels, we've got the letter Y. In French, it has a really cool name, Y, which just means Greek eye. Now, for our purposes today, just think of it as making the exact same sound as the letter I, that bright E sound. Okay, pay close attention here, because this is a super common trip-up for English speakers. In French, the letter G sounds like J, and the letter J sounds like J. It's basically the reverse of what you'd expect, so you really have to burn this one into your brain. All right, here's a nice, easy one for you. The letter H, which is called ash in French, is almost always silent, so you'll see it written down, but you just don't say it. It's like a little ghost in the word. And here we are, the famous French R. Everyone talks about this one. But the trick is, the sound doesn't come from your tongue at all. It all comes from the very back of your throat. It's almost like a tiny, gentle gargle. Listen. Air. See? It's subtle. The biggest mistake is trying too hard. Excellent work. Now let's move on to our next section, numbers. I mean, you really can't get far in any language without numbers, right? What I want you to do is listen really closely, not just to the sounds, but to the rhythm of how they all flow together. Okay, I'm going to say each group slowly. Your job is to just repeat right after me. Ready? Let's start with 0 to 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got it. Now 6 to 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Moving on, 11 to 15. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And the last set, 16 to 20. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Fantastic job. Okay, did you catch that little pattern at the end there? 17, 18, 19. This is so cool because it shows you how logical French can be sometimes. It's literally just 10-7, 10-8, and 10-9. So if you know how to say 10, you're already most of the way there. It's just simple addition. All right, you've got the letters, you've got the numbers. Now for the magic trick. If you've ever listened to French and wondered, how does it sound so smooth and flowy? Well, it really just comes down to two main secrets. Let's get into them. The first secret, and this one is huge, so listen up, is silent letters. In most French words, if it ends in a consonant, you just don't pronounce it. Now, there are a few exceptions, and here's a fantastic little trick to remember them. Just think of the English word careful. The consonants C, R, F, and L are usually pronounced at the end of a word. Let's take a super common example, the word for hello, salut. You see that T on the end? We completely ignore it. So we don't say salut. Nope, the T just disappears. It's simply salut. You try it. Salut. Exactly. And now for secret number 2, which is directly connected to what we just learned. It's called liaison, and this is what creates that beautiful, connected, flowing sound of French. When a word ends in one of those silent consonants, but the very next word begins with a vowel, you actually bring that silent consonant back to life, and you use it to link the two words together. Okay, here's a perfect example. Vous avez, which means you have. Normally, that S in vous is totally silent, but because the next word, avez, starts with the vowel that silent S suddenly wakes up. It jumps over and links to the and it makes a Z sound. So you don't say vous avez, you say vous avez. Hear that? Vous avez. That right there, that is the key to sounding French. Wow, look how far you've come already. You've got the alphabet, the numbers, and the 2 biggest secrets to French pronunciation. So it's time to put it all together. You can totally do this. So here's your first little drill. I want you to think, how would you spell your name using the French alphabet sounds we just practiced? Think about each letter and what we learned. Okay, I'll go first to show you what I mean. Je m'appelle Alex. That's how you say, my name is Alex. So now, let's spell that out letter by letter using those French sounds. A is A, L is L, E is E, and X is X. So all together, nice and slow, it's A, L, E, X. All right, now it's your turn. This is your challenge. Take everything we've just covered and try it for yourself. Go on. You can even pause this right now. Try spelling your name out loud using those beautiful French letter sounds. You've got all the tools you need. Give it a shot.